Hey, loves. Come on in. Hello, hello, hello. Come on in. Come on in. Happy Friday. Happy Friday. I hope everybody is enjoying their day, ready to kick their weekend off. Came ready to learn. Come on in and say hello. Say hello when you get in. Ready to kick their weekend. Hey, Aquisha. Hey, Lois. Thank you for joining. I'm so happy everybody is coming in. Somebody do me a favor because there's probably a couple of people in the event. Can you go in the event, somebody, and let everybody know that I am live in the discussion. I'm live on the timeline. Give everybody a chance to come in. If you have not downloaded the template or purchased the template, please do so if you want to. The link is in the event. I'm also going to post the link in the comment section and I'll pin it. Hey, Key. Hey, Val. Hello, everyone. So happy that y'all are able to join me. I am ready to share a great tutorial with you guys. It's very easy to use these templates. Let's see. I want to see if I could pin that. Of course, it's not going to let me pin it. I hate when it be acting funny like that. Facebook gets on my nerves sometimes. All right. So, what did everybody do with their stimulus money? Tell me how you use your stimulus money to level up, spent it on your business, reinvested it in your business, and are you taking a vacation, spending some quality time with the family? Just gonna give people a few minutes to come in. So we have some small talk while we're waiting for everyone to come in. Hey, Summer. Hey. So we're going to be working in Photoshop tonight, everyone. These magazine templates that I designed, I did them last year, and we are going to be working in Photoshop. Well, if you didn't get a stimmy, hopefully it's because you were over the threshold. And even then, I'm sorry. Hey, Nancy. I like that, saving it. I know that's right. Put some away for a rainy day. Great. So I have my God baby Halo here today. Oh my goodness. So excited. Come on, keep telling me, what did you do with your stimmy money? Share. What did you do? Where is my stimmy at? Great strategy. Maria says she's going to go ahead, and when she gets it, she's going to invest some of it in her business. Awesome. I have some of my newbies and my designer bees from my Photoshop group in here with us tonight. So for those of you who do not know, I teach a Photoshop class. The class is streamed live to Facebook, and I do it once a week, every Wednesday, 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. All of the classes are recorded so that you can go back and watch them at any time you want. It is $35 to join, and that includes your first month. And after that, it's $25 per month. I promise you, you are designing something by the end of class 2. Some of my hive, that hive is in here. Give a little testimony about the Facebook, about the Photoshop group. Tell your story, share in this live how it has changed your business. In the meantime, I am going to go ahead and start sharing my screen. Okay. So we're going to get ready to get started, but I want to show you a couple of things first. So when you purchase the magazine template, you're going to get a zip file. You double click on that file and your downloads. And when you open up the folder, it's going to have these options in the folder for you. Okay, so you have quite a few different things. You have some mock-up pictures. You have 3 Photoshop templates, and you have 3 different fonts. So you want to make sure you double click on the font. And when you double click on the font, you should get something like this, depending if you have a Mac or a PC, which is inviting you to install the font. So you install the fonts, and you do that for each of the fonts. Okay, there are 3 fonts. You want to double click on all of the fonts. Okay, so after you do that, then it is okay for you to double click on the Photoshop document or Photoshop icon. And when you do that, your template is going to open up. Okay. Let me look at the comments here. So Raquel says she's having 2 giant trees removed from her front yard, investing in your home. Great way to spend some of your stimulus money. Awesome. So as far as the Photoshop class, Bella says she loves it. She's learning so much, and she's only on class 5, and she has an awesome teacher. Thank you, Bella. Larissa says she's a newbie and she can't wait to level up. Yes, absolutely. Maria says never designed a day in her life, and this course is a game changer. Thank you so much. Hey, Miss Carla. No, Nandy, there may be a free version of Photoshop floating around somewhere as a download. I recommend all of my students go with the web-based or the cloud-based Adobe Photoshop, which you can get online. If you look, it says Photoshop is $20.99, but there is a package that is not well known, and it is called the photography package. They have 2 of them. The only difference is the amount of storage that you get. You don't really need that, especially if you have your own storage. I happen to use Dropbox. Drop some hearts if you guys want to see a Dropbox tutorial one day. But in any event, you can get the photography bundle or the photography plan for $9.99, and you would pay that monthly. That way, you have all the updates, your software is going to work correctly. If you have a downloaded version, not cloud-based, you won't be able to use Adobe Tech Support and things like that come in really, really handy. Kim says she was totally frustrated trying to learn Photoshop, but with Miss Tiffany, I made my first real design after Class 2, just like she said, my business has grown immensely. I'm being asked to make custom birthday shirts, memorial shirts, etc. Would have never been able to add custom designs without that high Photoshop classes. We that high. Thank you, Kimmy. Summer says she just joined today and she's learning a lot already. Love the ease of it. I will say that I am not new to Photoshop. I will say that I am not new to Photoshop, but I keep learning new things that literally blows my mind. Great investment, must get. Thank you. Yes, Maria, I love Dropbox. Yes, Summer, learning great stuff. So those are a couple of testimonies from my newbies and my designer bees. Some of them have been with me since the beginning. I've been teaching a class since October. I launched a group on my birthday. So we have over 20 classes in there. If you join, you have access to all of the classes immediately. We encourage you to watch the classes, to catch up. We have recently started a accountability plan or program so that we can pair up, so we can help some of the newbies catch up. And I teach the live classes every week. All right. Hey, Karina. So getting back to the template, the magazine template, let me tell y'all, I made this last year, this design, hence the 2020, but it still works. It is perfect. And I actually printed it up. Let me show y'all this. Look at this. So it is an 8x10 size, and I did not have any 8x10 photo paper at home, but look how pretty this is. I just printed up the sample, okay? You can buy 8x10 photo paper and print it and offer a printed image for your clients. A lot of clients will print it and put it in a frame. They'll print it and blow it up to poster size and put it on the wall. So I've seen some people put them on t-shirts, all sorts of things that you can do with this. I did not offer my clients the printed piece. I simply offered them a digital file. I said, listen, you can go get as many of these printed as you want. Take it to like Walgreens or CVS where you pay minimal, like $1 and something for a print. That saved me the headache of having to mail out photo prints, which I really didn't want to do. So I offered the digital file. I sold this for $25. I am probably going to go up a little bit this year, probably to $30. And I sold so many of these. I have so many examples. You can change the colors. You can customize it very, very easily. Okay, so let's get back into this Photoshop. All right. So this template is very easy to customize. You open it up, and if you look over here in the layers panel, you have a couple of different layers. Now, if you get an error message that you're not able to open one of the smart objects, that is simply the barcode, and it is also my graduate's picture. Just ignore that if you have that. Recently, I started saving my templates in a different way so that I don't have that issue, but it's only the barcode or the graduate's picture, and you're going to replace the graduate's picture anyway, and you can Google and find a barcode if you're having issues. Okay, so back to the layers panel. So the first layer is the barcode. If I turn the layer off and on, if you look down at the bottom here, you will see the barcode go off. Okay, then the next series of layers all start with the T. Now you should have no problem changing these layers with your information, provided you uploaded the files or you save the files to your computer. Thank you so much, Crystal. Thank you. So, crucial step is to make sure you install the fonts on your computer, which are included in the file folder that you got when you purchased it from me, okay? Then if you go down, I have a little grouping for the GPA. If I turn it off and on, you will see this GPA circle. I have some stray text in here. Sorry about that. It says lorem ipsum. I'm just going to go ahead and click on that layer and delete it. Okay. Then I have some more text layers where you can change the college name. You can change where it says plans to attend, graduate first name, graduate last name, and then you have some background images that I have locked, which are these rectangles and the border and so forth, and the senior header. Now, you cannot change the senior wording here. I did make that because I wanted to use this font, and this is not a free font. So I wanted to go ahead and make a shape out of it so that I could share it with you. But you can simply delete this layer, the senior word, and you can type your own heading in there if you want. Plus, with this magazine bundle, I also included a scholar heading on another template and an old baby heading, which is perfect for birth announcements, baby shower invitations. So you have 2 additional templates that you can use for a multitude of things that was included in this bundle. Okay. So what I am going to do first is simply start from the top and work my way down. I'm not going to do anything to the barcode. So I'm just going to click on that layer and click the lock icon because I don't want it to move. I don't need to do anything to it. And I will have known that I've already looked at it and I can move on. The next layer is issue 2020. It's the words here. So I'm going to turn that off and on, and it's right here. Excuse me. So this year, you want that to say 2021, or you can put custom wording in there. So I'm simply gonna double click on it, and I'm gonna highlight the 0, and I'm simply gonna replace it with a 1. I'm going to accept the type change by clicking on this check mark. So now I have issue 2021. I'm going to show you how to change the colors on everything so that you know how to customize the colors. The simplest, the easiest way to customize the colors and to add strokes or outline is to use the layer style panel. I am able to use that or access it in a couple of ways. My favorite way is to simply double click on the layer. So I'm going to double click on a layer, and when I do that, the layer style dialog box is going to pop up. I am going to scroll down on the left-hand side, so the panels, and I'm going to click on color overlay. And when I click on color overlay, look what happens to issue. It is going to change to the last color that I used in Photoshop, which is this blue purplish color. I am going to select the color overlay tab so that I can get the options. So I really want you guys to see the change. So I'm going to select a vivid color, and see, I'm going to do a red. Okay. So I can get that red color or whatever color I want to use in a couple of ways. I can type the hex code in here. I can click on the color picker, or I can navigate my mouse and move over the picture, and I can click and get a color from anywhere in my document. My mouse is acting crazy. Okay. So what I'm going to do is go back to this red color that I wanted to use. Okay. Once I'm done with that, I hit OK. Do I have any questions or concerns up to this point? All right, moving right along. So next thing I'm going to do is volume 12. My person or my graduate is a senior, but you could do this for an 8th grader. No, I'm sorry about that. this has the senior heading, so I wouldn't change it to volume 12 unless you wanted to change this header here. And you have to simply delete this and retype it, or hide it and retype it. So I'm going to leave it at volume 12, but I want to change the color. So I'm going to double click. Okay. Navigate to color overlay again, and it's automatically going to put the last color that I used, which is that red. So I'm good with that. I hit okay. Moving right along. The next layer is this heading here. It starts Centennial High School grad. So I'm going to leave grad. Okay, but you can type anything that you want right here. You can type Centennial High School student, senior, but I like Centennial High School grad because you're telling what school they're graduating from in their grad. So for grad, it already has some layer styles to it. So I'm going to simply double click to open up that layer. And I want to put a color overlay on it. I'm going to leave the white outline or the white stroke, which is already there and selected, but I'm going to put a color overlay. And I want to use the same red, okay? So I'm just going to get this right there with my eyedropper, hit okay and okay. For Centennial High School, I'm going to double click on that, and I'm going to change the styling as well. For the stroke, I am going to pick up my red color, and there we go. Okay, okay. I'm going to show you how to change the name of the school. Simply double click on it. Let's type Roswell. This font, which is Bebe's, has all uppercase, high school. Okay, I'm done with my edit. I click the check mark up in the options bar to accept the type change, and we're good to go. Moving right along. Sarah Smith, that is the grad's name. I'm going to double click on it, the layer, to change the styling. That's weird. Okay, I was in the wrong place. Sorry about that. This, I was like, why does it have any styling on it? That's why I extended my panel. So this Sarah Smith that's right here is down at the bottom. Okay. So let's say my graduates, first I'm going to change the color, put the color overlay on there. I'm going to do the red. Okay. Then I'm going to double click on there, and let's say my graduate's name is Emily Mercado, future doctor. I'm good with the type change. I click on the checkbox in the options bar to accept the change. Okay. Next thing, go Tigers. Let's say they were going someplace else. Let's say somebody give me a school that has red colors, red in it, in their logo. Somebody give me a school quick and give me their tagline so I can change this. A school that has red and white for their colors. Somebody help me out. Come on, y'all, don't be shy. Okay, someone said Alabama. My color is a little off, but I'm gonna do Alabama. What do they say? Roll Tide. Okay. So for the Go Tigers layer, I'm gonna double click on it. Okay. And it has a stroke on it. I'm gonna leave the stroke, but I want to change the color. I want to get my red color again. You guys see, once again, I'm using the eyedropper tool. Now that I have the colors right, I'm gonna type Roll Tide. I'm happy with the type change. I'm gonna accept it, hit the check mark. Okay. And what are Alabama's letters? University of Alabama. Let's see. Do they have a UA? They don't have like those letters. They have the A. So I guess I would put the A there. I would find a picture of their logo and I would go ahead and download it. Let's see, I don't want to use that one. So I just simply went to Google really quickly. I know that you guys can't see it. So for most schools, you should be able to simply type out the 2 or the 3 letters. With Alabama, it doesn't have that. So what I'm gonna do, and for some other schools, what I did was I just downloaded the logo, and I'll show you how to put it in there. But for someone like me, I went to Art Institute of Atlanta. Excuse me. So I'm gonna click on this and I'm gonna type AIA. Okay, those were our 3 letters. I'm gonna double click on the layer style and I want to change my stroke color to red. I want to get that red, hit OK. And then I want to put a color overlay to change the middle color to white. Okay. So you can do that. And then, or if it's a logo you need to add, you can turn the icon or the eye off and then go File, Place Embedded. Go ahead to where you saved the file. Let's see. Okay. And then I'm just going to shrink it down. Okay. Going to make a little bit more space by moving some of the other letters down. Okay. So let me go back to following the words. Okay. So right here, this section, and we'll get back over here. I just want to go down the layers panel to make it easy to stay focused and remember where I was working. So the next thing was student council, beta, cheer coach, best smile. So you can type in here, you can overtype all of this. Okay, let's say debate club. All right, you can type over all of that information and change it. You also just change the colors by simply double clicking. Okay, I'm on student council, beta club. So that's 3 separate rows. So these all have a white stroke with purple writing. So I'm gonna leave the white stroke and I'm just gonna get the red letter. So this is simply about customizing. I'm gonna show you guys a trick. So over here in the layers panel, I can click on FX and hold my Option key if you are using a Mac, or my Alt key if you have a PC, and I can drag my effects down onto what I need to drag it down to. Okay, if you can't do that, simply double click on the layer to open up the panel. Voted best smile. I want to change this and put a color overlay, the red, hit okay. So we're winding down here. And I know you're saying, oh, that yellow. We're going to get to that. We're going to change that. Okay. All right. So moving right along, we're getting to the GPA circle. So GPA, I want to add a color overlay to it. Bam. I'm going to leave the 3.0, but I want to add a color overlay. And the circle, I want to change that up a little bit. So my stroke or the outside, I'm going to pick that red color again. And I'm going to put a color overlay of white. Okay. So now we're to the text on this side. So Louisiana State, I'm going to change the colors on that. The stroke is going to be red. And the color overlay is going to be white. White is also 6 Fs. You want to type that in there. And plans to attend, I'm going to do the same thing. So a lot of repetition you see, but it's very simple to customize the template with your graduates' colors. I had some clients who wanted to use the high school colors or the school colors the student was graduating from. I had some clients who wanted to use the school colors that the student would be attending, okay? All up to your client. So now I need to change Louisiana State. So I'm going to double type that and I'm going to type right in University of Alabama. Bam. Okay. Now we're going to change the graduate's name. So once again, I am going to double click, okay, to change the stroke. I want to pick up this red color. And I am going to put a color overlay of the white. And the same thing for her last name. Double click on it. I'm going to change the stroke to white. So opposite colors. And then the color overlay, I'm going to change to this red. Okay. Let's change the graduate's name. Double click to Emily. It's 2 separate text boxes. Mercado. Okay, so the name is a little bit bigger. You can leave it like that if you want, or you can click on graduate name, hold down shift and click graduate last name, hit Command T if you have a Mac or Control T to transform, and just go ahead and make that a little bit smaller. Hit the check mark. All right, y'all, we almost through. So all of these shapes down here, I had them locked, they're the background. I'm just going to change all of them to white. So I'm going to put a color overlay on them of white. Okay, and then I'm simply going to drag that effect down to all of my rectangles. Oops. So now everything has white. Now you could probably go in here and add a little bit more color because it's a lot of red and white. So looking at this now, I would probably change issue to the red color. And it's okay to go back and make some tweaks. And then I would change that to the red as well. And then I would change the type color. So go back up to issue and put my color overlay to white. And I would do that up here too. Put that on white. Okay, just a little bit. So you can go back in and tweak it. I would probably make this GPO circle red as well. Okay, let's see if I have any questions. What's the name of the last font? I downloaded all of the fonts and it's saying it's not in my system. There are 3 fonts that I used here. They were Bramello, Bebes, and let me see, Collegiate. So Bramello, Bebes, and Collegiate. And we haven't used Collegiate unless you type the letters of the school. Okay, so now I'm gonna go down to senior, okay? We're gonna change the styling on senior the same way. So let's see, the stroke, I'm going to make the stroke white. And the color overlay, let me make black, okay? The border, I'm gonna unlock it and gonna make that the red. Okay, last thing we need to do is to change the picture of the graduate, okay? So you can double click to change the picture, okay? And you just go File, Place Embedded, and let me see what I have as far as pictures, graduate, downloads. Okay, I know I have some pictures. I need to go through my download files. In the meantime, do we have any questions? Any questions? Okay, I'm gonna use my friend's picture. And she gave me permission to use this for a mock-up and post on my website, which is why I am okay using this. Okay, so bam, there you go. So when you look at it, you may want to change some things like the border. I might want to change the border to black or white. Okay, you can even turn the border off. You don't have to use the border. So there are options. Now where you see the picture, you may say, first of all, let's lock the picture layer. Now that you have the picture there, you can say, oh, I need to make some adjustments. So let me move that over a little bit, okay? You could go back in and add some black in there, like maybe here on the future rectangle. We change that to black. Okay, so plenty of ways that you can customize this. And then you simply save it. Save it as a Photoshop document with your client's name so that you do not oversave your template. And then save it as a PNG or a JPEG file, however you're going to present it to your client. And this is the finished piece based off of the sample. So I printed this based off of this image here. And I showed you how to customize it to get all the way to this image here. Very, very simple. If you guys liked what you see and you want to learn more Photoshop, because all we did here was simply customize my template. Okay. If you want to learn more, sign up. The link is in the comments. Design at Tiffany's, only $35 to join. And it includes your first month. After that, it's $25 a month. Okay. Thank you so much, Alexa. Okay. So I hope you enjoyed the tutorial tonight. This tutorial will be posted in the guide section of my free group, Honey Love. That's the group that you are in now watching this tutorial. So if you cannot find it in the timeline, or if you see it and then you can't find it again, remember it is in the guide section, the first guide for free tutorials. Yes, I can show you guys how to save it. Okay, so Photoshop, go to the main menu, file, and you want to save as. You're saving as because you do not want to save over your template, and pick whatever name. I'm going to do tutorial 5, and I'm just going to save it on my desktop, but you would save it wherever you want to save it and then hit save. Okay, so that's the Photoshop document, because say you made some changes, somebody else goes to that same school, they want one. You already got all the colors done. You don't have to go through and change it. Trust me, I had that happen. One parent ordered one and then like 10 parents from the school ordered it. I worked smart, not hard. I changed all the colors, I saved it. So all I had to do was change the information and change the student's picture. Cut down on my editing time tremendously. Okay, so now that I saved it as a Photoshop document, what you want to do is go in your hamburger menu and click flatten image. Okay, and discard hidden layers. You can hit, don't show it again, hit okay. And now it is flattened. You did that to make it a smaller file size. But remember to save it as a Photoshop document, because if you don't know what you're doing and you close this out, guess what? Your layers are gone. So it's a flat document. So once you have flattened your image, you go up again to your main menu and hit file, and you want to hit save as, and then in your format, go down and hit PNG or JPEG, save it to where you want to save it. Let's hit JPEG. Okay. So it is now saved as a JPEG, and you can go in. Some people print from Silhouette. You can open this in Silhouette if you want to, okay, and then just trace it and save it. But I print from Photoshop. So I would print, I would hit Command P or Control P to get my print dialog box. I have my printer here, so I use an Epson 7720 for my regular pigmented ink. Print settings, okay? So this is not for my sublimation printer. This is my pigment printer. So you pick your paper size. If you're going to have photo paper, you can have 8x10 photo paper. You would do borderless to get it print to the edge, okay? Whatever size paper you're using, and then go ahead and hit save and then hit print. I have no issues printing. And like I said, this is pigment ink or regular ink. It's not even sublimation ink. So there's no reason why you shouldn't feel confident printing it just from Photoshop. If you're sending it to your client, you send it to them as a JPEG. They can open it up in Word. They can open it up in Preview, any free image view that everyone readily has, okay? So if you save it as a JPEG or a PNG, it can be shared digitally. It can be printed easily. You're welcome. I'm not sure when we're going to do the Dropbox class. I got to get my schedule together. I'm going to be traveling soon. teaching Photoshop to like lunch and learn type of settings. I can't wait to get out there and meet my students. It's so exciting. Like I never would have thought a year ago that I would be here touching so many people, helping them grow their business, level up, whether it's with their logos and branding or teaching them how to create their own designs. So I got to get my schedule together really, but soon. Do I have any other questions or concerns before I say good night? Good night. Hey, Kiana, thank you. Kim, you said you missed how I changed the picture. Okay, I can go ahead and show you that real quick. So let me cancel this. Let me go back in my history, which I absolutely love. Okay. So on the graduate picture, it says double click to replace this picture. So you double click that icon. So you're going to get another Photoshop tab, okay? A different tab is gonna open up. You navigate to File in the main menu, Place Embedded. You find the picture of your graduate, okay? It's a picture of me here, but say this was the picture of your graduate. You're gonna go ahead and make sure you size it out to fit this area. Hit enter, and then you're going to save it. So Command or Control S or File, Save. When you save it, you need to go back into your window. And when you go back into your window, your picture will be updated. Okay. Thank you guys. I would love to have each and every one of you in my Photoshop class. I'm telling you, we have fun every Wednesday. Some people just simply cannot make the lives, but they still are able to view the recorded classes on my website at their convenience. So if you cannot attend the lives, don't let that discourage you, although I do understand the desire to attend them, but you can do this in so many different ways. So come and join us today. Okay, Kim. All right, y'all. Any more questions? Any last minute questions? Make sure if you have not went to my website to purchase the template bundle, please go ahead and do so. I'm telling you, you will make a killing. Just selling one magazine announcement to a client will cover the cost of the template. I sold dozens of these last year. I sold dozens of them, okay? Thank you so much. Good night. Thank you for watching.